Welcome. Boarding now for Snoot Airlines return flight. Good morning, everyone. Fun bit of realism. It is now 3:46 in the morning. So, get a little bit of that get a little bit of that real exhaustion that the real pilot's gonna feel while. It's called immersion. Your hours don't start till you're already half exhausted, right? Well, we've got the engines idling. We've got the engines idling. Things are looking pretty solid right now. We're gonna go ahead and light things up. Turn the pitot heat on. Get these landing lights and taxi lights on. We don't need the fuel pump on at the moment. We're gonna go ahead and let's give ourselves a little bit of nav lights. We got the Garmin's turned on. Unfortunately, there's nothing on them. Really, we might as well just turn them back off. But well, it's better to have them on just so we don't get audited, you know. It's just the FAA, the regulations, you understand. Anyways. Let's give ourselves some degree of flapsness. Let's get the ATIS, if at all possible. We'll go ahead and switch over to comms 2 here. Comms 2, get the ATIS. Shove the ATIS into my
Kilo India Oscar
ears.
Whiskey Automated Weather Observation 0900 Zulu.
So altimeter 3027, that's an important
Visibility
take.
10. Sky condition 13,800 scattered. Temperature 1C dew point -5C. Altimeter tree 027.
The wind is out of 1 tree.
Kilo India Oscar Whiskey Automated Weather Observation 0900 Zulu. Wind 1 tree 1 at 6. Visibility 10.
Roger. That means we're definitely going to want to take off on probably runway 25 up here. For sure. We have a flight scheduled coming up in about 10 minutes. Return flight to Washington, Iowa. We're going to go ahead and start boarding. Go ahead and if you have any snacks, if you have any coffees. Last call for alcohol was actually about 2 hours ago, so unfortunately this is a non-alcoholic flight. Cannabis. The pilot has a medical card. It helps me focus, you see. You can't fly without it. Whoa, where am I, man? So, let's go ahead and select the runway. Two 5 is our option. Last check, I think we're just about ready to go. We have about 10 minutes left, so we might as well go to the hold short.
Kilo India Oscar Whiskey traffic. Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner is taxiing to runway 25. Kilo India Oscar Whiskey.
Borp. Alright, hey, you ready? Everyone good back there? Everyone loaded up? The weather tonight is looking fantastic. We are planning to cruise at an altitude of about 3,000 feet tonight. We learned our lesson last time. We said that cruise altitude is a tad too low. This plane likes to fly high. Fly high, Cloud Racer. Go ahead and take one last look at this here checklist. Fuel pump must be on before landing. Fuel pump is off. Fuel pump is off before. Alright. Seems strange, but who am I to question? So, hey, we got the clearance. We're all boarded, ready to go. Propeller all the way forward. Mixture all the way forward. Cabin heat. Let's get the cabin heat on. It's cold. There's the carb heat that defrosts. There's the carb heat. It's been hiding the whole time. Now I know. Knowing is half of the battle, you see. Anyways, we're wasting time, and I know ATC hates that. Let's go ahead and loosen up our parking brake. Give it a little bit of throttle. There we go. We don't want to get too much that we get going crazy now. So we're gonna ride the brakes, ride the brakes. Let's go ahead and lower them RPMs. Oh, we're getting a little crazy. You don't need to go so wild with it. So we requested runway 25, which means we're actually gonna use this glorious, beautiful blue taxiway. And we're gonna go ahead and just taxi along, ride along. We have about 5 minutes left. I need to wet my whistle. Last call for alcohol was at 2 a.m., but that doesn't count. Personal stash. I'm just joking. Your captain does not indulge in alcohol upon flying. So here's our turn right here. We're going to go ahead and taxi quite confidently to the left. Our destination is, well, it's about 1/4 of a mile down the way. Nice. Rather smooth. A decent transition. Let's get back on the line. No need to go rudder crazy. What are the rudders looking like? Just give them 1 or 2 ticks. There we go. We can relax a little bit. Let's give it a little more throttle, though, that's for sure. We're not going to make takeoff unless we give it a little bit more juice. What's going on? Did we accidentally hit the parking brake or something? How embarrassing. There we go, there we go. Got a little bit flustered and now we're speeding on the taxiway. Happens to the best of us, doesn't it? We're in no hurry. There's a hold short point, but we've been cleared to pass it. As such, give a good check just so you don't get absolutely creamed. Of course, don't get too caught up that you fly off the runway, right? Speed racer over here. Jeff Gordon, if you're watching, please send me an autograph. Alright, let's go ahead and slow it down. We still have about 3 minutes before takeoff. So, the only thing partially questionable is that left tank, which I think we're still on. That left tank is running a little low on fuel. But it's a short flight. I'm not too worried. If anything happens, we can switch over to the right tank. It's starting to get a little foggy and misty out tonight. Back to the line. Back to the line like my pilot's license depends on it. Because it most likely does. I'm reaching a decent zen with it. Alright. Let's ride the outside of the curve here. 3:59 I have. Just about time. 4 a.m. What a takeoff time. Good morning from where I am at. Good night, anybody in Europe. We'll go ahead. Hopefully we don't. Nice, glorious. We're supposed to follow the yellow line, but that race line is just a little too tempting, isn't it? So here's the hold short. Again, we've been cleared for runway 25. Nice turn. This is getting us set up. Cut those throttles. Pull back. Get right on the center line. Let's pull that parking brake. Alright, we're all lined up. Feeling pretty warm in here. We need to quit clowning around with the cabin heat. We don't want no engine issues. Alright, take a quick peek. Everything's looking good, especially the fuel. Completely full on fuel. Let's do it. Alright. 4 in the morning. Sip of water. Thanks for flying Snoot Airlines tonight, everyone. Again, we're planning on flying at about 3,000 feet tonight. Beverages will be served about halfway through. So let's get clearance and get on out of here. We're going to be going with a southern takeoff tonight.
Kilo India Oscar Whiskey traffic, Snoot Kilo Hotel 9er Tree 9er, taking off runway 25, south departure, Kilo India Oscar Whiskey.
Flaps. Let's give it a little more flaps. we actually had some success with full flaps last time. So let's go ahead and leave full flaps. All right, well, what are those rudders looking like? They're about evened out. Let's lean on the throttle and get our takeoff out of the way. Our lights are on. Takeoff lights are on. Stay on that center line now. Don't need to get too throttle crazy. Lean it back. Let's lean into it a little more. Alright, at 65 is when we get rotation. Let's lift the nose back just a little. Let's achieve positive rate. Point the nose up. We specifically want to clear these trees. So again, we're at about 800 feet altitude, ground level, so we'll want to ascend to, give or take, about 1,800 feet before we level off. Rather windy one tonight. A rather windy night, getting buffeted. And again, we have a southern departure in mind. We're facing the north. Let's go ahead and set our trim. Lift the flaps, most importantly. The easily forgettable flaps. We'll go ahead and pull the yoke there so we can see what's going on. So we're at the place about to level off from north to south. Crosswind. Let's level back into downwind. We stayed in crosswind a little too long. So we don't want to go above 2,300. We're going to reel back on the throttle just a tad. We have achieved a southern heading. Let's go ahead and communicate with ATC.
Approach. Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner is type PA 28-236 PA 28. 1 miles northeast of 1 India Alpha 7, 2700. Request flight following.
So at 3,000.
Hotel Niner Tree Niner. Approach. Squawk 6631.
So let's respond to him. 6631.
Squawk 6631. Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner. Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner. Radar contact 1 miles north of 1 India Alpha 7, 3400. Altimeter tree 026.
3026. All right. Roger.
Roger. Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner.
So we're starting to get ran away with here with our altitude. Let's really go ahead and pull back on our throttle just a bit. We need to lean our mixture now that we're above 3,000 feet. And let's go ahead and cut this trim. We have massive trim. While we're up here, we're actually going to go ahead and cut the propeller a little bit. %75% or so. We need to lose some of this altitude. we can see off in the distance, there is Washington, Iowa. It's going to be at a heading of about 150. So we're going to slowly adjust our heading. Again, at 4,000 feet. There's nothing wrong with that, but let's try to bleed off, give or take. You know, let's go ahead and stay here. Why not? Let's lean off a little bit. There's a mixture, a little bit more mixture. Because again, we're starting to pull up. We don't want to go above 4,200. Let's pull up on the yoke, huh? It's not all about the trim. $4,200, looking good. 4,300. Again, we got to work that trim. What's the trim sitting at? 1.1 positive trim. That means this is called porpoising when you go up and down. We're having a bad porpoise effect. To counterbalance these winds, we are going to go ahead and adjust our heading to a more southerly direction. Here we go. We're starting to lose altitude. Let's go ahead and bleed it off a little bit more. Why not? The Piper is quite a comfortable ride, although it does tend to have issues with aileron roll. If you can get it nice and leveled out though, what a ride. Iowa City in our rear views. Unfortunately, our zoom doesn't work so amazing here. What does it look like it is down there? Can't quite make it out. Maybe it's a series of parks. What I do know is this upcoming is the city of Riverside. Riverside is the halfway point, of course. There's the casino. And once we hit Riverside, we'll want to go ahead and check the ATIS for Washington, Iowa, so we can set our barometer, prepare the winds, and select a runway. We'll also want to go ahead and get into contact with Washington, Iowa Municipal. In fact, we'll go ahead and attempt to get the ATIS right now. Switch to COM 2 because we have a flight following going on with the Eastern Iowa Airport. Iowa City Municipal Airport is farther from me. Here we go, Washington Municipal, that's our destination. KAWG, Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf. What is the ATIS?
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf, automated weather observation, 1000 Zulu. Wind 151 at 7. Visibility, 10. Sky condition, 13,800 scattered. Temperature, 1C, dew point, -7C. Altimeter 3022. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf, automated weather observation, 1000 Zulu. Wind, 151 at 7. Visibility, 10. Sky condition, 13,800 scattered.
Wind at 151 means we probably want to take runway 13. Oh, never good to just push on the yoke like that. Let's achieve stable flight once more. Of course, let's see where our craft is right now. We're just passing Iowa City. KAWG. Runway 17 is going to be our best bet. Oh, embarrassing. Perhaps it's runway 13. Oh, let's go runway 18. There it is. It's going to be a full stop landing. I'm still quite a ways out. I'm 10 miles out, I believe.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic.
15.
Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner, 14 miles northeast, 4200, inbound to land, runway 18, Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Zoom out a little bit. That means our goal is going to be to fly to the south. We're going to approach, hit the downwind leg, fly to base, and then we should be able to come in on final approach. At least if everything's looking good, that's how it should happen. Hey, here's hoping. So, back to VFR visuals. And it is quite visual, isn't it? You can see it all the way from 15 miles out up here. We're gaining altitude again. We didn't want to go above 4,200. So, let's go ahead and start bleeding off a little bit of that altitude. We need to bleed off about 1,000 feet in the next 15 miles. Not hard at all. Actually probably going to maintain this heading even though these winds are blowing us slightly to the left. That'll give us a little more clearance for when we hit the runway. So again, we're gonna slowly start pitch trimming down. Right now we currently have a speed of about 120 knots. Making relatively good time. Dealing with a bit of turbulence up here. Not terrible. Hello there. Oh goodness. Not good with the ladies. Again, we just passed Highland School over here, which means we are about 10 miles out now. If anything, we're actually going to adjust our heading slightly to the left. We want to intercept more of a downwind angle. Approach parallel to the runway if at all possible. Let's adjust that pitch trim just 1 degree down. So we're actually going to go ahead and bleed off a little bit of our throttle right here. As we choose to pitch down just a little more. Bleed off some throttle, pitch down. We don't want to get too crazy now. And we're losing pitch rapidly. Let's slow it down. There's five feet on this dial. That's a good speed for losing altitude. But again, we do want to adjust that heading. Let's go a little more. Adjust the heading more towards 1512, an easterly heading. So we're currently sitting at about 3,300. Ground level is 750. Pattern level is usually about 1,000 above, so pattern level is going to be 1,800. Let's ascend down to about 2,000 feet then to make everything nice and simple. We'll go ahead and attempt to enter the traffic pattern now. Gonna go ahead and bleed off a little more speed by reeling back the throttle. And announce our position just to make everything nice and simple on them.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner, 6 miles northeast, 3100, inbound to land, runway 18, Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
So for the landing process, again, the checklist does advise us to have full propellers, which means we're going to want to control with throttle, which we're going to begin to reel back. Reel it back a little more. Adjust the trim, give it a positive trim rate, pull the throttles back just a little more, enough to slow the RPMs, not enough to cut the throttles. Give it a little more power if we're gonna make our destination. We want to go ahead and maintain at about 2,000 now. Listen to the engines roll the RPMs up just enough. Go ahead and pull up on the nose there. That's a little bit of loose lips. Adjust the trim so that doesn't happen again. Give it positive trim so we don't have to worry about all that. We still haven't quite entered in, although we do need to go more leftwardly. I do appear to have lost the runway. It looks like what we're looking at is over here. Go ahead and actually turn down the lights, see if that helps any. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the runway now. Approaching, and we should now be on the downwind.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner is on downwind, runway 18, Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Let's go ahead and slow things down a little more. What's our altitude at? 2,000. Just the pitch ever so slightly down. There you go, pull that pitch down. Let's go ahead and give us a little bit of space before turning into base. That's always one of my mortal sins. I immediately just want to go straight from downwind into base. We're gonna go ahead. We're sitting at about pattern height now at 1,800. Reel back the throttle just ever so slightly. Turn into base.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner is on base. Runway 18. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Should be out of our right window. Let's go ahead and tip our nose up because we want to slow down. We need to get our flaps out. Let's get those flaps on out, ladies and gentlemen. To lose some speed, we tip our nose on up. First degree of flaps. Give it some trim, give it some trim. We'll keep turning in. There it is. We're on base leg right now. Tip the nose up. Give it a lot of trim. Give it a lot of trim. We are now on final. Let's give them a call. We can quit worrying about comms.
Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner is on final. Runway 18. To land. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Cut to throttle. Time to begin approach. And we don't want to go too crazy. This is definitely going to be a bit too crazy. Let's go ahead and just do a wide drifting loop. We'll do the glider thing. They're not going to be happy about it. So we're slow enough that we can go ahead and add those extra degree of flaps. That's the stall horn, which means we don't want to get too crazy with it. Give it a little bit of throttle. We have full flaps out. It's beeping at us. We'll give them more throttle. We're gonna be fine. Give it a little more throttle. Everything's okay. Hey, relax, baby. It's alright. It's okay. Alright, get ready. We're coming in. We're gonna cut that throttle. Reel it back. Here it goes. We don't need it anymore. Oh, that's the problem. We don't have our lights. We had our lights on the whole time. Let's see how good we can handle it, huh? Probably should have came in for another go. We're not going to have that long of a runway to play with. Is it worth it? It isn't. Flaps up. Definitely gotta make that choice a little quicker, huh? How embarrassing. no flaps, full throttle, absolute panic mode. We did do a hard touchdown. Let's see what we can do. We don't need to gain any altitude. We just need not to crash and die. Slow the fuck down. Give it some flaps. Alright, let's see if we can do this without the map, huh? First and foremost, we gotta hit base. Alright. We're downwind. $1,500. We're a little bit low. Give it some throttle. Give it some more flaps. Second degree of flaps. That'll help keep us in the air. While we're up here, let's just give it that third degree. $1,400. We have until 800. No problem. Let's go wide. Let's set a landmark. We're gonna go ahead and go 2 big blocks down. We're slowly losing that altitude, 1,300. Go wide. Let's watch this turn indicator. We don't want to go too crazy. We don't want to stall. 1,300. We're still good. We don't have to worry about anything. 10-degree turn. Turning from, oh god. Again, still high. Let's start dropping. Cut that throttle. How embarrassing. What I need to do is just go a couple more blocks down from downwind. I'm learning my lesson. Let's see if we can go with this crazy attack angle and make something work. Oh goodness gracious. We're gonna do a crosswind crabland. Let's see if we can make it work. There you go. Keep that nose up. Whip it with the rudders. Hey, we managed to actually stay on the runway. Can you believe it? Let's get approval. Let's get our ass absolutely chewed out by comms. ATC, let's taxi to parking. Goodness gracious.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree Niner is taxiing to parking. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Yep, so we'll go ahead and just stay on this runway, head to the end of it. Nice, and this is Washington, Iowa, so we only have to worry about one terminal instead of multiple. let's get on the line now. Slow things down. Fuel pump, we don't need that anymore. Turn him off. Keep the collision lights on. We don't need the landing lights. Don't need the pitot heat. Taxi lights sure would be nice though, huh? Landing lights are sort of the all-in-one. Let's leave those puppies on. At the hold short, we already have clearance to parking. Let's go ahead and announce clear runway.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf traffic. Snoop Kilo Hotel Niner Tree. Niner is clear of the runway. Kilo Alpha Whiskey Golf.
What a flight. An atrocious landing. Quite honestly, that's a rough one. But it balances out. You know what? We were able to get back up in the air before anything too bad happened. And that crosswind landing was, you know what? It's a learning experience for us all. I hope you were satisfied with your experience tonight on our flight from Iowa City Municipal to Washington, Iowa, KAWG Municipal Airport. Snoot Air always appreciates your service. Please join us tomorrow for our flight. We'll be flying up to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and possibly a branch flight to Marshalltown, Iowa. So stay tuned. We will see what tomorrow brings. We don't need to get fuel because we'll be done flying for the night. Go ahead and hook to the left here. Give it a little bit of throttle just to clear the hump. Cut that throttle as soon as we get around. 'Cause there's a plane here. We don't want to absolutely destroy our wings on him. Nice. Go ahead and cut that propeller. Whip it around. Alright. This is about where we're gonna come to a halt. Nice, we have wing clearance. Looking good. Parking brake. Let's go ahead and drop flaps. No phones on the flight. No, I heard that. Don't think I didn't. So let's readjust the trim. No one likes when you leave your plane all trimmed up for them on takeoff and they have to down trim. It's only courteous. Trim it on out for them. Rudder trim set to 0 because I don't use rudder trim. Let's go ahead and pull that there engine propeller down. So now we can turn the lights off. We don't need them. Turn off the avionics lights. You know what, let's go ahead and keep this on. We do not need the red light anymore. We can go ahead and turn on the cabin light. The fuel pumps. We do not need these fuel pumps. Turn them off. Get them out of my sight. If we don't need the fuel pumps, we do not need the magnetos. The primer, okay, everything's looking decent there. Avionics are all good. Transponder mode is off. We should have turned it on. This is when we turn it off normally. This is the autopilot. Nope. As I say, I don't need to worry about him. In the Garmin. How do I turn the Garmin off? I know I could just turn the plane off. In fact, that is going to be the scheme. We don't worry about it. We pass it on to the next guy. Carburetor heat is off. Defroster is off. Alright, yeah, what a flight. Thanks for flying Snoot Airlines tonight, fellas. Again, join up for the next flight tomorrow. Here we go. Here's the way on out. We're going to go ahead and unlock and open the door. Unfortunately, there's this. That's where it ends. It ends in the cabin. So, yeah, onboard passengers, feel free to get out. I'm bound here for eternity. Have a great night. Snoot out. See ya.